Welcome back to part 2 of turning my studio into a gallery. Now, in the first video, you saw me fixing the wall behind me, but I didn't give you a proper tour of the rest of the gallery room. And since then, I've managed to have a bit of time to clear everything out, get all the tools out, clean the floors, do all of that kind of stuff. And let me give you a tour of the rest of the space. So I've moved the sofa and the whiteboard coffee table that you may have seen in a previous video in front of this lovely bay window, all this natural light coming in, super central location for people to sit and enjoy all of the artwork. We've got wall space on this side, that's the door to my office, that's to the hallway, artwork on there, there will be, that's the door to the studio, and then this is the wall that I fixed last time. They will have a lot of artwork on it very soon. So I'm going to go and start bringing the artwork in, figuring out where I want to hang it, and then show you how I curate my first exhibition. Now, one of the biggest challenges with curating an exhibition is figuring out the flow of the artwork, what the story is, which pieces go together and make the most sense to give the viewer, to give the person coming to see the exhibition, the best story, the best experience, the one that makes the most sense for the artwork. Now, usually with an exhibition, every piece is a little bit different. So you could have a couple that work in a theme over here, another wall maybe for a certain size or a certain colorway, and you can work out little clusters of pieces that work well on each wall. I'm sure you've worked out by now though, every single piece in this exhibition is based on the piece logo, which gives me an interesting challenge because that is the theme. It's not little clusters of things. It's lots of different pieces of the same story with the piece logo. Now, even though they're done with different techniques and there's different images, it's all the same collection. So I have to figure out which piece goes on which wall as a showpiece, which pieces work together to be tessellated to create a really interesting visual grid, which colors complement each other, which walls work for certain pieces. So I'm going to figure out by looking at the walls and spending a bit of time just eyeing everything up, moving some things around, and then I can start putting nails in the wall and hanging this collection. Now, every artist and every gallery is different. They've all got different techniques. I'm going to show you how I hang an exhibition and what tools I need to put the art up on the walls. First up, a pencil, so I can make marks for where to put the nails. Nails, obviously. I've got masonry nails because, as you saw in my last video, these walls are solid. I don't want to put screws and raw plugs and make bigger holes and a bigger mess, and I don't have a hanging system. As I said, every gallery is different. A level, so I can make marks and know that the painting's going to sit straight on the wall when I put the nails in. A hammer, for obvious reasons, to put the nails in the wall. A tape measure, so I can figure out how big a wall is to know which piece is going to go on it. Can I fit 2, 3, 4 pieces on the wall? I need to know the measurements for that. And my old nemesis, the ladder, which I'm going to try not to fall off in this video. That's what I use. I'm going to go and figure out where to put the artwork and start hanging. So the first piece I want to get up on the wall is going to be the central piece on this main wall, and this girl with the reflections is going to be the centerpiece. And what I want to do is figure out where I'm going to position that, then I can figure out where to put everything else. So I'm going to use a little trick. I'm going to use a little bit of tape as a marker, and then the piece I want to be about the height where the glasses are kind of level with my eyes so I can see the detail in the explosion. And then what I'm going to do is hold that up, put a little mark where the top of the piece is, like that. And then I know where to put my nails to hang it. Simple. So I want to talk about some of the choices I made for this exhibition. I want to start with this feature wall because this was the one that I knew I was going to fit the most work on. It was the one that I did the most work to fix, and I wanted to showcase as much art as possible. And I've managed to fit 6 paintings on this wall, all starting with a central piece with the girl with the glasses. The Reflections has been part of my career for a long time now, and I want to continue that with new Reflections girls. So having her with the piece earring, looking at an explosion, looking over her shoulder with that dynamic look, I wanted that to be the centerpiece. But I wanted to fill up the wall in an organic way that made the most sense, that draws your eye in different directions and isn't just piece, piece, piece in a row. That I find those walls kind of boring sometimes, so I wanted something that would make a viewer go up close to a piece, stand back from a piece, appreciate the whole wall, appreciate individual pieces. And I've tried to do it in a cohesive way with this wall. So we've got a bit of everything. We've got the skulls making up the piece logo, which you may have seen me do in a previous video. Go and check that one out. This one is made up of over 1,000 spray paint caps. Again, you may have seen another video where I had to destroy a piece that was made up of spray paint caps. That was recycled and turned into this piece logo here. We've got the explosion making up a piece logo. We've got the urban gardener growing a peace flower, and we've got the bullets in a circle canvas. Now the fact that they're all different sizes and they all have different techniques draws your eye in all different directions, and that's what I wanted. That's what I want my art to do. When people are out on the street, I want people to look up. I want people to see the tags and the stickers and the graffiti and the street art and the textures. The beauty of art is all around us. And when people are just looking at their phone or just looking straight ahead, they miss so much. So by doing a wall that forces you to look up, look up, look up, look down, that's what I want people to do, and that's why I've done a wall in this way. I'm super happy with how it looks, and I think all of the pieces complement each other. We've got yellows and oranges kind of matching these two pieces here. We've got the oranges in the sky up there, so there's a nice little triangle of colors here. We've got the three main piece logos going over there with the monochromatic and then that pop of green. And I've balanced that with a plant to give it a bit more of a lounge kind of feel in the studio. We've got the black of this canvas going into the black of this piece to give it that cinematic feel. So there's little colors here and there that make sense. The monochromatic bullet holes, monochromatic skulls, the black elements of this create a little triangle as well. So there's always little cohesive parts that have been thought about, that I held different pieces up and made those conscious decisions for this wall. I'm super happy with it. Let me show you some other parts of the gallery. Now we've got this back wall of the studio gallery space, and this piece I wanted to have a wall on its own. This is the one that comes out at an angle that goes through to my painting room. But I wanted this piece in particular to have its own wall, to stand alone. The fact that it's got the white in the background instead of the black cinematic background of the reflections, the white complements the white, so it makes the girl pop, that pink hair, that vibrancy. She deserved a wall on her own. This wall here was a skinnier chunk of wall, and these two canvases, this is 30 by 30, this is 40 by 30 in inches. So the fact that they're the same width meant that it filled up a really nice chunk of this wall, but with this one being slightly taller, it doesn't have that kind of stacked feel. But the different techniques, they work really well together with the pink version of the bullet above the doorway. And other colors, I think, are really cohesive in this one as well. You've got the pink in the hair, the pink in the bullet, and then the same pink in that band of sky in the dusk of the explosion. Then we've got the other spray cap piece, another 1,000 or so spray caps making up this one, all from a recycled piece of artwork where I had to get all the spray caps, clean them all up, reuse them, and make a brand new piece. I chose to have peace about the fact that someone else destroyed a piece of my artwork and I've made something even better with it. When you look down at the top of this, you see all of the colors of the spray that came out of those caps, and there's all little pops of pinks and blues and oranges which complement the blues, the pinks, the oranges, and the reds of this piece. So the fact that this is monochromatic but it has those speckles of color really works with this kind of composition of this wall here. Again, really happy with it. When you look through the window, that's the piece you see. When you sit on the sofa, this is what you see, and I think it works really well. So lots of decisions about colors, compositions, flows, eye flow, all of that kind of stuff has gone into this, and I hope you like it. This is the other side of the gallery from the main feature wall. That goes through to my office, but I had this chunk of wall here between the doorways to put the other two skull piece logos, the red and the white, look beautiful together. The gold in the skulls with that lollipop color in the background of this one fills the wall up beautifully here. In this corner, we've got the noose hanging ominously in the corner. We've got an old piece. I actually painted this one with the grenades in 2013. I think it's one of the first pieces where I ever used this drop shadow technique to kind of create depth within stencils. So I wanted to bring an older piece to complement the new work, to show an evolution of my work over the years, an evolution of my style, but show that continuation that I've been doing piece logos in my work for well over 10 years now. In the corner here, I've put some of the Art's the Cure t-shirts, so when people come round, there's a conversation starter. I can talk about Art's the Cure and how art therapy has helped me find peace in my life through being creative and making art. So there's always stories in the work. When people come down, there's conversation starters, there's old pieces, new pieces, different styles, but a cohesive story, a cohesive collection. And if you want to come down and check it out, my gallery is in central Brighton. Just go on richsimmonsart.com, go to the gallery section. You can book a time slot to come down, hang out, see the studio, see where I make the artwork, see the finished artwork, hang out with me, hear the stories, and get to know the art even better. It looks different in person from video, but I hope this whole piece has kind of explained my thought process on how I've composed, how I've curated, how I've put together the gallery show, and the journey of going from this being a studio with a crumbling wall all the way through to a finished gallery exhibition has been a 2 to 3 month journey, but I think it was all worth it. So go and check out richsimmonsart.com. Follow me on that channel's Instagram at richsimmonsart. Keep following me on CreateScene. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think of the exhibition in the comments. What would you have done differently? What kind of pieces do you want to see next? What exhibition should I put on next? Give me some ideas based on work that you've seen me do. And hopefully, I will see you in Brighton very soon. Thanks for watching.